Hello, hello. Welcome to Normal is Too Boring for TV. I'm your host, Paulina Raja, and today we are talking about Vanderpump Rules, Season 12, Episode 1, premiere. So we are looking at a reboot of the legendary franchise Vanderpump Rules, which lasted for 11 seasons and started, if I remember correctly, in 2012. And it was marked basically a cultural phenomenon when it comes to reality TV. Well, we need to start this with acknowledging the old Vanderpump Rules cast, obviously. I thought that I will miss them a lot. And to be honest with you, before this was released, I wasn't sure meaning the new season with new cast. I wasn't sure if I was gonna actually watch it, just out of not knowing what was gonna come and like just so being used to the old cast. We've been watching them for a decade, some less, some more. But while waiting for this to be actually out, I'm sure I'm not alone. We've all done a lot of just rewatching of the old seasons, and I just feel kind of so disgusted with a lot of the old cast at this point. You know, not everyone, sorry. A lot of them just kind of went down the drain. Like their reputation and a lot of the shit that they've done in the past just kind of was unraveled due to just them not being savvy with internet and doing shady shit. Like, we all know how crazy Jax is and the shit that he's done and how he had still has an addiction. Then like I kind of rooted for James, not knowing that he was actually like a guilty of DA when it comes to his ex-girlfriends. I mean, Kristen Doty has been talking about this for years, but she never actually released what happened. And then we all know what happened to Allie after Kathy Hilton's Christmas party. So now, just looking like rewatching old seasons, I kind of went on a little bit of a, like just watching all of it, like a little down the alley of the memory lane, you know? And like everyone that I was rooting for, except for Katie and Ariana, I just kind of hate at this point. Well, like not Allie, but like Sheena, can't stand her. Jax, trash. Sandoval, narcissistic trash, as well as, you know, Jax. James, he deserves to burn in hell. Like, don't care. You know, who else do we have there? Schwartz? Loser. Just a big loser. Like, nothing. He's always gotten away with being like this little puppy dog. Basically, I'm not gonna go down the whole list, but like there's no one to root for anymore in the old cast. Like, I rewatched the season 11 probably a week ago, not realizing that the new one was actually coming up this week. And I don't know. I think they made the right call recasting at all. Maybe they should just have some people pop in and out, but like there was nothing to salvage there. It's just not interesting anymore. It's just trying to get these people another chance of, you know, putting their reputation back on track. And it's not interesting to watch. It just feels dark and like just deeply just dirty. Just not something that you want to watch at your leisure, you know. So sayonara, old crew, old cast, sorry, probably same crew, but old cast, they've done their work, so rest in peace when it comes to reality TV. I'm sure we'll see a lot of them. So, not much to say about this episode in terms of things that happen. It's just more so to see, like, the new cast. So let's just go from the start. So the opening is, as usual, Lisa talking about her boobs and how she's aging, and she's basically just like asking for a compliment, being like, oh, well, when we started, my boobs were lower and then go lower, whatever the fuck she said. Like, I don't need to see her. Even the fact that she's coming on TV, again, pretending that she's actually, you know, like, there, and she actually knows cast, I'm sure she doesn't even fucking know half of their names. Like, we know this though by now. Like, we know this from the old crew that she actually did not participate in any cast meetings or like staff meetings. She would only show up to film. She actually had no hand in it. It was all Guillermo and Natalie. Like, it was never Lisa. She would just show up, like, just to pretend that she actually had something to do with how things are run at SUR. She doesn't. Like, why the fuck are we pretending even in the new show that she actually like has something to do with it? She doesn't. Let's just be real. Like, have her in a different capacity, but don't have her run the staff meetings like she does at the end. Well, we'll get to that. But then she goes on a little tangent about how SUR is so successful and lasted so long due to, what did she say? Ambience and the food and the excellence of food. Where again, at the end of the episode, Natalie is literally crying to her. She's afraid that the business is going to be ruined and then the business is going to fail just because the staff are drinking. So which one is it? So is it thriving or is it dying? Like, who are you trying to bullshit, Lisa? Like, let's be real. The food in SUR is average. It's A, overpriced, B, like, not much there on that menu. Why the hell are they doing multiple just tastings here and there? The amount of tastings of new menus that we've seen throughout the years of Vanderpump Rules runs is insane. And it's always been pretty much same menu. Maybe they've revamped it like a once or twice. It's same shit. Same. Like, it's not good. And overpriced. Like, I would only go, like, I've gone there once when I was in LA last year. And goat cheese bowls were okay. Like, nothing phenomenal. Like, and I'm from Canada and I'm paying US dollars for that shit. Like, that's not worth the money. It's not. Like, Lisa, your restaurant was successful for the longest time because your old cast of the Vanderpump Rules worked there. People were coming in to see Sheena serve, Katie serve, Stassi serve. Like, well, Stassi didn't. Anyway, like, they wanted to see what they see on TV in real life. I don't care right now. Like, I came in, it was not the people that are actually in this show that are saying that like, Natalie worked there since 2023, didn't see her. Who was a Demi, says that she's been there since 2019 or whatever. She said she was there for 8 years. There was like this joke by Marcus that she's like the shining person. Anyway, it was absolutely different people. Like, I don't understand like why Lisa is claiming that this was the success in terms of like food. And anyway, you get what I'm saying. Food is trash. Overpriced trash. And now that the actual old crew was not working since COVID, no one was coming because it's not worth the dime, Fuck it. Anyway, let's move on to our cast. Okay, so I did hear someone at BravoCon was mentioning Natalie. She's the bartender at SUR. 26 years old. She says that she's been there since 2023. She's friends with Venus. I really like Venus. I want to see more from him. Natalie is batshit crazy apparently, and there's a screw loose in that head for sure. Can't wait to see what she has going on. She is, not anymore, but she was in a relationship with the guy named Paula, which Demi was also in a relationship with before Natalie started. Sounds like Demi was with this guy who's also like 54 or something. Then Natalie started like kind of making out with him and dated him literally the day she started at SUR. So messy. Like, my guy. You're banging servers like where you work at 54. It's just sadness alert. You're not even like running the place. Well, that would have been disturbing on a whole like another level. But anyway, like just all of it is kind of gross. Then we see Venus. I actually remember like seeing just pictures from SUR Instagram account because I follow them, and I remember just looking at him and this guy that wears a big hat all the time. I was like, I kind of want to see them on TV. I want to see like they have like specific like Venus and that guy. I can't remember his name. I don't think they've introduced him. He's not on the official cast, the other guy, but I'll find out his name. Venus seems very interesting. I feel like he's bringing a different perspective, and we finally have a gay guy that is in the cast that is on Vanderpump Rules. Like, fucking finally. Lisa yapping around like WeHo saying that she's a supporter and whatnot, and then like never casting a gay guy. Like, come on, we needed this a long time ago. So excited about Venus. The next is Chris. Chris is the guy that says that he wanted, like, he's been told that he can play an Al Pacino or something. He's not a bad looking guy. He's like, he reminded me of a taller version of Craig Conover. Like, there's something about him being a little more tanned, and like the eyebrows, and it's just the shape of his face, just like an AI version of Craig Conover, but tall. Like, it's hard to explain. Not much going on there. He doesn't want to work at SUR. Like, no one wants to work there. Everyone wants to be actually in like entertainment industry. But he's doing a bunch of like modeling. He's doing a bunch of like, what else is he doing? He's doing OnlyFans, just regular shit. He wants to act, apparently. Who else? Oh, Marcus. Oh, Marcus. I'm having a hard time with Marcus because the way he's speaking, I don't understand if he's acting or he's actually that way, if that makes sense. Just his demeanor and the way his face like moves, it's just like so douchey. Like, how do you not understand how you're coming on TV and like the perception of what you're doing? It's like literally giving me the creeps. I don't understand. He is in a relationship with a chick named Kim, who Demi said that like there's not much personality to her aside from, you know, dating Marcus. And Marcus was a kissing bandit, according to Kim, when they started dating. Anyway, that whole relationship is toxic as hell, and she doesn't trust him. Anyway, we'll get to that for the final scene. Jason is the new guy at SUR. He is like a distant relative of Chris's, I think, and he reminds me of like James Franco. Maybe it's the eyebrows and like the what's the name of the younger brother. He could be a Franco brother. Let's just leave it at that. Not much to report there. I think he's a dancer. Demi is the assistant manager. Demi? Her last name is Salem, and it just somehow fits her look perfectly. She is a little scary, but she has this beautiful look, like the gorgeous blue eyes and like the pitch black hair. It's like she's staring into your soul. Ooh, I don't know, just intriguing. And also scary. I don't know what to make of her at this point, but I'm curious to see what she has to bring. I don't think she's going to be like a Peter Madrigal. Her only storyline is that she dated the same guy as Natalie. And that's it. And she's been in SUR forever. Not much there. Who else is there? Oh, Audrey, the blonde chick. She is so cute. I really like her. I think like just her energy and the way that she goes about everything. She's just I'm not gonna say innocent, but likable and just positive and really nice. She's the hostess, so I want to see if she brings it as well. Very exciting. Okay, next one that was introduced was Kim. She's from New York, and she dates Marcus and fights with him all the time. That's all we know. And she's friends with Venus, so they're like, people think that they're in the throuple. Nothing exciting. So then they kind of go into what happened with Natalie at SUR when she came in with her brother and her dad on her day off, and then Paolo was working and she kind of attacked him. They were trying to make it this like exciting incident to get into, like trauma happened, and they were just kind of covering it in their confessionals. it's not that exciting, you guys. It's not. Like, we don't know Paul. If Paul was, like, interviewed for that, maybe. Now it's like, yeah, she had a meltdown because she was broken up with a guy. So what? Like, for her first episode? I did love, though, that she was, like, blaming all of this, like, her mental, like, breakdown, let's say, on, like, Mercury is in retrograde, microwave, I don't know. And then she was like, well, I also haven't had sex in 6 months. If I was getting laid, maybe I wouldn't have yelled at people. If every person that hasn't gotten laid in a while was throwing a fit, we would have lived in a very different fucking universe. I'm telling you, it would have been unbearable. This is not an excuse, girl. Get your shit together. Get yourself a vibrator. Then where do we go next? Oh yeah, she doesn't really see anything wrong with what she did. Even Lisa, like, kind of confronts her again. Lisa, like, I don't believe that you care. You don't really know what happened. She doesn't see, so Natalie doesn't see anything wrong with it, and then that she kind of reiterates that later on. She doesn't learn from her mistakes, basically. The next guy we see is Shane, another douchebag, but the blonde version. He's the guy who's sober. He's the guy who was, like, modeling for big brands, was flown in from New York to walk the runway. So basically what he's saying is he's sober, doesn't do drugs, still gets kind of lit, but lit on sorry. But gets lit on, like, he is just obsessed with women. So basically he found something else to replace his obsession with, and that's sex. To each their own. You do you, boo. You're not gonna be this attractive forever. The youth is working for you. Go get it, boy. Just be safe. Don't spread it around the town. Natalie is absolutely unstable. She had this thing with Shane, and he says, yeah, he met her in karaoke, but she's absolutely unstable. Which seems to be something that he likes, that spikes his adrenaline, I guess, when she's just going at it. He brings the girl to SUR to make her jealous. Again, nothing really exciting. It's just like regular douchebag behavior. Again, we go on throughout the episode. Nothing happens except they go and, like, split up the tip, and my god, they made $50. They had 8 servers and they made $50 the whole shift. That's horrible. Who could live for that money? Maybe they just had, like, a bunch of, like, extra servers because they're filming that day, so the people who actually are on the cast can go ahead and technically, like, film instead of, like, actually serving. But again, like, later on when like the restaurant manager and Lisa were talking about how restaurants dying, like, I don't see them actually making a bank, like breaking bank, working at SUR anymore. Maybe that's their reality. It's just sad, y'all. Like, do OnlyFans or go to a different restaurant. Fuck. Like, I quit a job. I was doing I worked in film and also did part-time, like, a bar job after my 9 to 5. Man, that was exhausting and I also was making $50. I was like, this is just, like, humiliating. It's just so not worth my time. Anyway, I feel sorry. But hopefully the show, kind of picks up so you guys can make actual money. Okay, then we go to Kim and she's explaining that I'm a New Yorker, but I'm not a, like, typical crazy New Yorker. I'm, like, what did she say? I'm type A. No, girl, you're not. You're type cray. You're crazy, and the way that you're fighting with your boyfriend Marcus is just bad shit. Bad shit. So then next we go to Chris and Natalie talking at the table, and then he didn't even try, like, she confronted him saying, you said you will never bring a girl to my workplace, and you did, and he's not even trying to cover up that he was basically doing this to make her jealous. Fine. Again, nothing interesting happens. Their fights are just not that interesting. And then Natalie is being thrown into this dynamic between Kim and Marcus. Apparently, Kim and Marcus were friends before. So not Kim, Natalie and Marcus were friends before Kim even started. And Kim is just being paranoid because my theory, I think, is because, like she said, he was a kissing bandit back in the day when they first started dating, and everyone was trying to fuck him, and now she's just insecure. We don't know what happened in her past. Something must have happened in terms of like cheating, or someone was being unfaithful. As like, I don't see other reason why she would be this just crazy. I'm not saying it's just her. He's also like, he's not helping the situation. The way he's behaving is not cool whatsoever. So we all see that they just need to break up. I'm sure it will happen sometime soon. But again, like, think about it that way. If Marcus and Natalie wanted to hook up, they would have by now. Like, before Kim even started. Like, if that was still an option. I don't know, maybe Natalie was with a guy at that point, like still with Paul or already with Paul, I don't know. But something's just not adding up. So then we just kind of go into the final couple of scenes where Lisa is having a conversation with the manager. I think it's Natalie. Fuck, I'm forgetting. The French chick. Who's almost crying, saying she went over cameras because she's lost something in the restaurant, and she saw that Marcus and Jason were doing like shots, and then Marcus and Venus were doing shots at the bar, and Marcus was training Jason, but like showing him how to steal liquor, and basically training him how to get hammered at work and really not work. And that he's not even hiding that. He's saying that in his confessionals. Just a shit way to say that on TV, dude. Like, kind of, I know what you're trying to do. You're just trying to seem cool for the show, but not a good look. Not a good. You're just coming up douchey and crappy. I just don't like him at all. And then Lisa's like, we're gonna take care of that. And then another, performance by Lisa Vanderpump, pretending that she is involved with the staff and staffing decisions at SUR, and she's holding this meeting, suspending Marcus, and saying, well, if we want this business to come to keep going afloat, you need to be your best, you need to be 100%, blah blah blah. So again, I don't understand. Didn't you just say in the beginning that SUR has been in business for 20 years and it's been successful due to food and stuff and energy and ambiance? Like, which one is it? I don't get it. And like, Lisa, it's the whole spiel. We all know it's fake. We do not need this. You can stop it. Just sit out there in your castle in Villa Rosa. Villa Blanca, sorry. That's blast from the past. In Villa Rosa with Ken and your puppies, and get them to come into you once in a while and, kneel down, bow down, and do whatever you want them to do and show up looking all cute and pretty. But please do not, trying to fool us into you caring about this shit. We know it's not true. We're ready to be done with it. So, in summary, not much to report. I mean, in general, I feel like it could be something, but I don't see it. If this is what they opened with, there's not much happening. These kids could do something, and I'm curious to see what Gen Z can actually do with this structure of a show. But it's not the same as the old Vanderpump Rules. in a lot of ways, it's a good thing because the old Vanderpump Rules people didn't understand how society worked. You know, there was physical abuse. They were hitting each other, like their workplace bullying that was made into like TV drama, you know, and there's just a lot of things that are not okay that were happening back in the day, and you know, it's new reality. So maybe we should see how this can work in 2025, 2026, and hopefully some changes have been made at SUR, you know. But if I want my fix when it comes to service industry shown on reality TV, I would not turn this on based off of the episode 1. I would go to Southern Hospitality. That is TV gold. VPR, season 12, episode 1. Okay. But if you want the feeling that you got, the passion that you got from the old VPR, check out Southern Hospitality. That is truly the real deal. But let's see. Time will show. Not a lot of hopes for this, but let's keep watching. Let's see what these kids have to show us. All right. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.